FIA and SEO are very keen on it to keep it separated, that these cars appear as two-seaters. Correct, we have the choice to have a left-hand driven car or a right-hand driven car. Audi historically with R8 was always a left-hand driven car. First of all, we're a German manufacturer, so when you start thinking as an engineer, you start left-hand side. But when you look deeper into why we do it, we used to have an open sports car. It's designed to race Le Mans. In Le Mans, the pit garage will be on the right-hand side. If you look at the procedure how you get out of the car, the exhausted driver comes in, gets up, steps into the kind of passenger compartment, buckles up the new fresh driver who has to walk outside the car around, and then gets out straight into the pit garage through the right-hand side of the car. There's the fact that most tracks go clockwise. That leads into more right-hand turns than left-hand turns. So for sure, if you look at the dynamic motion of the car, to have the ballast, and sorry, as an engineer I call the driver from that perspective ballast, is on the correct side, on the right-hand side if I do a right-hand corner. Secondary, if as a driver have a vision, I want to be as close to the apex as possible to judge it correctly. So a right-hand corner, I always would prefer to have a right-hand driven car. Changes of regulation by the ASO mean that we have longer refueling times these days than in the past. Longer refueling times means that the dictating time while the car stationary in the pits is not the driver change anymore, now it's the refueling time. Therefore, we could review the topic of using a roof, which is for sure from the aerodynamic point of view hugely beneficial. Relate to Le Mans, relate to general circuit layout, relate to general aerodynamics, and to the fact that we run a closed car. As long as we change none of these four items, we will stay with a right-hand driven car.